Hare Krishna. Well, so we are on day 4. So, how many of you are by now noticing old thoughts, habits, memories, emotions, or blockages coming to the surface? Yeah. I want to remind you that this is completely natural. Okay. So, recently I had a question that why am I having so much pain? Is this activities causing me pain? So, no, the activities are not causing you any kind of pain. They are just bringing the pain that is there to the surface, possibly. Okay. But if it is really severe, unbearable, I once again would like to remind seek medical opinion, like, some kind of treatment. But if it is like minor, if something, your attention is drawn to something, then just continue with the process. Okay, you that this is completely natural. So think of milk being heated. When it warms, the cream rises to the surface. The cream was always there in the milk. It did not came because the heat did not put the cream in there, but the heat just made the cream visible. It just saturated it and brought it up. This is exactly what is happening inside you. So nothing is going wrong, nothing needs fixing. This is the energy of air. Okay, so to understand this better, imagine an eagle soaring high in the sky. Okay, so the eagle does not interfere with the life below. Yeah, a lot of things may be happening. It simply watches calmly, clearly from a higher vantage point. Yeah, so this week and especially today, I invite you to become that eagle. Okay, the sacred observer. That's all this day is about. So today is not about action, it's about awareness. The only activity that you would be doing today is observing. So, with all my love, I want to say this very gently. You do not need to do anything about what comes up today. Just notice, observe, and allow. Okay. Let us talk about this identity. Okay. Each one of us carries ideas about who we are. This is something we discussed on day 1 as well. These ideas from rigid rules, core beliefs, and inner narratives about life. Some of these beliefs empower us, but many of them limit us. The important thing to remember is this: we do not consciously choose our identity. Our sense of who we are was shaped by circumstances, by what our parents told us, by how we were treated, by our early emotional environment. And often, without realizing it, we create the same emotional environment in adult life. We inherit belief systems not only from our parents, but from generations before them. So, when someone says, I don't connect with the affirmation, my evaluation of myself is not who I am, this is the reason why. We learn to evaluate ourselves through borrowed lenses. Sometimes we even speak to ourselves the way our parents spoke to us. Treat ourselves like how our parents treated us. So please understand this deeply. Even if your self image is not glowing or kind, you are still doing the best you can with the awareness you have. Yeah. In Krishna consciousness, we are reminded that who we truly are is far beyond our identity. We are not merely this mind, this story, this role. The soul is magnificent, eternal, and untouched. But to loosen our attachment to identity, we must first see it clearly. Yeah. So today, do not try to get rid of your ego. Do not try to get rid of your identity. Just any kind of self concept that you have, it's okay. The moment we try to get rid of something, the more it clings to you. It's like that stubborn child, chodo mujhe, and will hold you on, nahi chodunga. So that only it will only strengthen the same image. Instead, just observe. Watch your beliefs. Watch your rules that you have. Watch how you define yourself. And do this with curiosity. Do this with humor. Do this without any judgment. You don't need any judgment for it. Observing yourself lightly is one of the fastest ways to find your authentic self. Okay, today's affirmation is very simple and powerful. I love and accept who I am, and who I am is enough. Okay, so this really calls for one round of tapping. So if you're new to tapping, you can just try and rewind this and follow me again. But even though I have so many ideas of myself, I love and accept who I am, and who I am is enough. I so love and accept myself. All these ideas I built about myself, I just observe them. Ah, interesting. I love and accept who I am, and who I am is enough. I love and accept who I am, and who I am is enough. I just completely and deeply love and accept myself, and who I am is just enough. All right, so I had to do that. Now, here is an important practice for today. Move through the day with this understanding. Nothing that happens today is good or bad. Okay. They are simply events. It's neither good nor it's bad. They're just an event. They only become good or bad based on the meaning we give it to them. Okay. Your task today is simply this: become a silent witness. Observe your thoughts, observe your reactions, observe the language you use. Your identity is like a filter. If your filter believes the world is angry, you will see anger everywhere. If your filter believes life is unsafe, you will constantly feel threatened. The problem is not the world. The problem is that we are often unaware of this filter. Our beliefs are like air, always present but rarely noticed. Okay, so the more aware you become of your own thoughts, the more you can begin to separate from them. Today, listen carefully to your inner dialogue. Notice your language. If you hear disempowering words, then gently, experiment with the new ones. For example, let me give you some example. If you say, I'm depressed, okay, change it to, I'm feeling a little low, I'm exhausted. It can become, I'm recharging. Yeah. So when your battery dies, you don't throw away, oh my God, this is such a stupid phone. It's so exhausted. You put it on, you charge the phone, right? So I'm recharging. Okay. I'm overwhelmed. You can just simply say instead, I'm stretching my capacity. I'm lonely and can become, I'm open for love. I'm okay can become, I'm doing well. Yeah. So what is good, make it even better. I have too much to do can become, I'm expanding my horizons. So this is not pretending. This is choosing the language that supports the soul. This is a beautiful thing I always share. This was about my youngest son when he's very particular about the language. So if I said na कि ये दामू ने गिरा दिया, so he would say गिराया नहीं, गलती से गिर गया. Like he's very particular. So can you see when I say he dropped it, it means I'm blaming him. The blame is on him. He's the karta of the act. But he's like, no, I did not drop it. I did not intentionally do it. It happened by mistake. Yeah, so very specific. So isse galti se gir gaya is a more like, less offending than isne gira diya. So similarly, we say, no, I broke my arm. Did you take a hammer and break your arm? Sorry. But your arm broke, like, you fell down and your arm say broke. So you didn't literally take a hammer and break your arm, right? So language. This is choosing language that is supporting. Changing language can change perception. It can actually, make communication so much better. Don't we get triggered with languages sometimes, like why isn't this work done yet, or why isn't that work done yet? It doesn't that feel a little triggering? Instead of like, do you need any help with this work, like that would ask, like, open room for explanation rather than put blame. Were you too busy today? Like asking in a very humble tone, in a better words. Okay, so changing perception with the language will also change your life. Eventually you will have more fulfilling relationships, and this is like secondary, but first, even in within ourselves, it is going to be very empowering. So throughout today, when you feel a reaction, ask yourself, for me to feel this way, what would I have to believe about myself or the world? Write it down. Okay, do not judge it, just see it. Be a silent witness. Notice whether your thoughts bring you closer to peace or away from it. Now, I really don't like mangoes, okay? I just absolutely don't like mangoes. I can tolerate it after my first pregnancy because I had a craving for mangoes, and that too only Alfonso. But apart from that, I really don't like mangoes. And I had never indulged in mango eating ever before my first pregnancy. But I may have like one mango for the whole season. But now, if somebody tells me, if I tell somebody, I don't like mangoes, I like strawberries. Am I meaning that mangoes are bad? You're so stupid to like mangoes. Did I imply that? No, right? I'm simply making a statement. I personally don't like mangoes. I may like pineapples or sweet limes or anything under the else, but not mangoes. So whatever, so when I am saying this, I'm just simply stating that I don't like mangoes. It doesn't have to mean anything about mangoes. It doesn't have to be anything about people who love mangoes. It's their choice. I love karela, I love neem ka patta, I love all such crazy stuff. But for me, it's something I love. That doesn't make me crazy. It's my choice. And people who don't like it, it's their choice. But what happens most of the time is we are so triggered by anything anybody says. We take everything personally, and this is not normal. This happens because of the beliefs and events, our needs, our own internal dialogue, the ideas we have been put in, the way we are been taught to react and respond. So if somebody tells, you're literally standing out, because of your complexion or whatever. It's like, yeah, I am outstanding. You can instantly reframe that. Okay, so be a silent witness and just notice where are you getting triggered. Okay, and it doesn't have to mean anything. Just ask yourself, what would I have to believe about myself or the world to feel this way? Why am I feeling this way? Just inquire in yourself, okay? And be that silent witness. Notice whether your thoughts are bringing you closer to peace, whether it's making you peaceful, or it's even more aggravating your pain. Because sometimes somebody may have just said a statement, it might have triggered you, causing you to lose your own peace. Yeah. So Krishna consciousness also invites us into remembrance of who we truly are and beyond this mind. So today is not about becoming better. Okay. I know we all want to be better. We all want to be so much good, but we are trying to become better people, better devotees, better so and so. But start with being aware of where you are now. Better kisse banoge? If you know what you are today, only then can you become better, right? So that is your first stage. That is your first stage to becoming better. So today it's about becoming aware, and awareness in itself is healing. Yeah. Thank you. Because the moment you're aware, yes, I have this issue, your healing begins. Because that's how the lesson of karma works. So the moment your child learns, so you may be trying to teach him 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, how different ways you tried with mangoes, you tried with whatever. Finally, when he learns 2 plus 2 is 4, or how to do the addition, would you have to teach them again? No, right? So that's how karma works. It's trying to teach us a lesson, and the moment we learn it, we can stop the cycle. So thank you for walking this journey with me. And you're doing beautifully if you've reached this far. Honestly, you're really committed, and applaud yourself for that. And all the very best for today's activity. I know it looks very easy. It sounds very easy. Okay, I just have to observe. But it really requires more effort than any of the previous day. Also, I'll be sharing a worksheet to help you question yourself and really reflect on today's activity much better. So if you want to receive the worksheet and you're not part of the WhatsApp group, so you will find the link in the description box to join the WhatsApp group, and where you will find our worksheet. Till then, take care. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.